Well, the black was tied up until that shot.
One.
But the red in off the red, well, so fortunate. Matthew Stevens will be sat in his chair, just hoping that doesn't cost him the frame. A little heavy for the red that he played for behind the black.
5. John Higgins 5.
So that fluke only cost Matthew Stevens 5. And a chance.
Can you be quiet, please?
Crowd getting a bit excited.
Now, on a lot of the occasions that Stevens has been distracted by the crowd, he's then gone on to miss his next pot. Ooh, very nearly.
But a nice angle on the blue to go into them. He could play for the red behind the black, but this is an ideal opportunity to open the reds. Bash. And he's on one. Pink and black still available.
6.
If Stevens could somehow win his third straight frame, that would begin to apply a little bit of pressure to John Higgins, whose level has perhaps dropped just a little bit, so close to the winning line with such a commanding lead.
Yes, he had that red, didn't he, down the cushion to win 6-0. Wasn't easy, but you expected John Higgins to pot it.
Seven.
And that's not too bad. Should be able to miss the green and brown. Lots of right-hand side on the cue ball to create the angle.
12. $13.
Oh, what a kick.
Matthew
What a
Stevens,
kick.
13.
Black just straightened up and nothing you can do about that. So unfortunate.
Heard the cry of anguish from Stevens as soon as the cue ball made contact with the object ball there. He knew that that was going to be a costly kick. Sometimes you get away with it with a bad contact, not on that occasion.
1.
It's just how costly is it going to be? It could be the ultimate. Well, he hasn't gone far enough. Wanted to be a little straighter on this red. And he seemed to be a bit unsure about that shot.
9.
And lots of pressure on this blue.
Global.
Could be a match winner if he gets it.
He's overdone it. He's still not out of trouble yet.
40.
Played for the red into the right corner.
Fifteen.
Need the long tackle here.
Normal.
Extension on the rest, extension on the cue.
Thanks. 21. $22.
Well, all Stevens can do is sit and hope after the grave misfortune of seeing his visit to the table ended by a horrendous kick. Kind of sums up his day, really. Not much has gone for the young man from
29.
Carmarthen in Wales.
And he was looking so good, wasn't he? He was on the comeback trail.
As a third straight frame would really have given him
30.
some belief that he could turn it around. But it's out of his hands at the moment.
So
37.
29 points the difference. These loose reds out in the open would be enough.
38.
And if he does go on to win here, I'm sure Higgins will be the first to acknowledge that the match has been a
44.
good deal closer than the scoreline would suggest.
45.
On another day, with Stevens enjoying a better run of the ball, Higgins might have lost. At the moment, he looks set to win.
A quick glance at the scoreboard tells him that a red and a black will put him over the line. Taking the pink, he needs that other red now. What an unfortunate kick.
Couple of unfortunate bounces too, one of them directly costing him a frame, which would have brought it back to 3-1 at the interval instead of the 4-0 scoreline he faced.
60.
The knowledgeable crowd here in China know that Higgins has now done enough, barring snookers, with this blue. I don't think Matthew will be coming back to the
65.
table. It's been one of the more peculiar 6-2 score lines that you'll see. It's felt more like a 6-4 or a 6-5 even. The frames have been so keenly contested. But you have to give enormous credit to John Higgins, who struggled for most of the last campaign. He's got a new cue, and he looks a thoroughly rejuvenated player.
74.
And it all adds up to a mouth-watering showdown with Neil Robertson in tomorrow's final. What a match that will be. Robertson in sublime form all week. Higgins showing
81.
some of his very best skill. Could be
83.
one to savour. And you can enjoy it with us tomorrow here on the home of snooker.
I
said earlier on this afternoon that Stevens will play a lot worse than this and win.
90.
But he'll still take a lot of heart from another major semi-final. He continues to move back up the rankings.
95.
Well, the one thing we haven't had in this match is a century. We've had it now.
John Higgins.
And Higgins doesn't bother with the black. He shakes Matthew Stevens' hand. Talk about finishing with a flourish. What a performance from the Wizard of Wishaw. It's true his opponent didn't have much luck, but how Higgins capitalised. He was ruthless. He looks right back on top of his game, and that's bad news for the rest of the field. Higgins is through to the final. He's beaten Matthew Stevens by 6 frames to 2. He'll face Neil Robertson for the Wuxi Classic title.